Final score 26-8 on the other side, the Bengals are going to have to find some defense in this game. Today is Fayetteville Ducks Saturday down in South Carolina to the Columbia Redhawks. Final count 12-8. So you look at that, you see how well the Ducks performed defensively in their season opener. How the Bengals struggled a little bit to score. And carry over into this game, will they be able to fix the problems? Kickoff has us underway. We're around the 10-yard line. Plenty of space through the near side and out across the 40. Great start for the Ducks as they'll be around the 43-yard line. Returning the kick there was Devontae Baker. We'll get our first look at the offense today for the Ducks. Just the 10-yard marks on the field here today, so kind of an approximation for you on exactly what yard line the ball is spotted at. We'll call this 1st and 10 for the Ducks at their own 43-yard line. Looks like it's going to be Alan Lee in at quarterback. We've got a pair of receivers out to the far side, one here to the left and a back. Left in the backfield. Lee takes the snap, toss, sweep, bobbled, but corralled by Ryan Davis out to the far sideline. He's going to be chased down behind the line of scrimmage. Tough start for the Ducks offense. As the clock goes down, 14 minutes to go in the first quarter. But they will spot the ball back at the 40-yard line, so we'll call it a loss of 3 on the play. So 2nd and 13. For the Ducks here. Ducks will move their 3 wide receivers to the near right side this time for Lee. One out to his left, he's still got it back on his right this time. 2nd and 13, low snap, another toss sweep, and again out in the backfield is Ryan Davis, but we do have a flag out on the tackle. We'll wait to see how things shake out. That was an excellent defensive effort by the Bengals. It looks like we've got a face mask penalty, though. I believe that's going to go against number 87, Levi Brown. And that's going to change things around. First penalty assessed in the game. 15 yards for the face mask and a first down for the Ducks. Let's go! Ball will be placed just inside of the 45-yard line, cross territory now for Fayetteville. Not quite 3 minutes into this first quarter. And again, Lee in the gun. 3 receivers to his near right side. As he takes the snap in his gut, toss sweep for Davis, looking for space out to the near sideline, cutting it back at the 40, dances through a tackler, but he is wrestled down by a pair of Bengals. Looks like it was Jalen Gore and Caleb Wilson in there to make the stop, but a nice gain on first down. We'll call it 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming up. So good movement here for the Ducks. After that penalty certainly helps when you get a 15-yard boost. Pair of receivers to each side this time for Lee. Takes the shotgun snap, looking right, overthrows everybody to the sideline. I think he was trying to hit Jalen Robinson, number 1 here on the near side, but well over his head, and for the first time here early in this one, the Ducks will face a 3rd down. Now, we haven't really seen them with any vertical running plays here. We've seen them try and break Davis outside on some toss sweeps, and the Bengals have done a good job of covering the field laterally, but it's 3rd and short here, and you'll wonder if the Ducks maybe try and go up the middle here and pick up the first down. 3rd, and we'll call it 3. First 3rd down faced by the Ducks. Lee stepping up in the pocket, has some time, some pressure coming from behind. Hit as he throws, it's caught by Davis. He'll dance inside of the first down marker, and he's wrestled down. But as you mentioned, enough for the first down. A nice job by Allen Lee, who had to dance around in the pocket there a little bit, but did a nice job of getting rid of the ball at the right time. And a good job by Davis to find a hole on the near side. About 5 minutes gone now in this first quarter. Second first down of the drive for the Ducks. The last one a result of a face masking penalty. Ducks will break the huddle in the spread again. Pair receivers to each side for Lee. Davis still the running back on his right. Off the snap, they'll hand it to Davis, trying to go up the middle, and we're seeing why they didn't go up the middle initially. Is wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage is Davis. And it was number 33, Leon Bryant, the defensive end, there to make the tackle for Carolina. But about a 2-yard loss. We'll call it 2nd and 12 coming up for this Ducks offense. It is a gorgeous evening here on this Saturday in Fayetteville, North Carolina. 74 degrees at kickoff, and it's really not supposed to get below the mid-60s by the end of this game. So it should be beautiful weather to play some football. 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Lee ready to go out of the gun again. He'll send a man in motion towards the near side. That's Benjamin Hernandez. And the handoff goes to Davis. He's got a hole over the left side of the line. Ball squirts loose, though, and it's scooped up by the Bengal defense. That's Marquise Willis looking up the far side, and he'll be brought down just outside of the 20-yard line. But a fumble for the Ducks is going to end this drive, and it had started to look promising. They'd been moving the football. So a tough start for the Ducks. We're going to get another look here at the last play, and ball just squirts loose. It looks like it was number 10, Caleb Wilson, who made the contact there to knock it loose. The replay brought to you by Superior Bakery. We'll get our first look now at the Bengal offense. Receivers out to the far right side, one to the left, and back to the backfield. Taking the snap throw over the middle by Marquise Brantley is behind his intended target, Gore. And incomplete. Second down coming up for the Carolina Bengals. I see both teams looking to the air here early. Which is interesting. It feels like, that better teams, top teams in this Coastal Football Alliance are really able to establish themselves on the ground to open up the passing. So the Bengals go with here. Brantley again looking to throw. Under pressure, he's going to be wrapped up. Flag comes out, ball comes loose too. But it's the Bengals who jump on it. That's number 14, Houghton Royals, who recover. But again, we've got a flag in the backfield now. That was happening right as the pocket was collapsing, so that could potentially be a penalty on the Duck defense. But it's that typical holding penalty. That was the other option I was just about to outline for you. But a 10-yard holding penalty really going to set back the Bengals here. The ball is spotted inside of the 20-yard line now at about 17. And they've got to get out around 35. They'll bring up third down for the Bengals. Third and about 18, we'll call it. Brantley takes the snap, looks to the near side. Quick slant is caught. That's going to be anywhere close to the first down marker as a helmet pops loose. Pass there caught by Damon Perry. But again, he's going to be short of the first down marker. That'll bring up fourth down. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me, I'm getting ahead of myself. That flag negated that last second down play. So it is third down here. But third and long, third and about 13 for Carolina's offense. They're going to empty the backfield. 3 receivers to the left of Brantley on the near side, 2 to his right. Rolling in for the shotgun snap, a little over halfway through the first quarter now. Brantley steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, and it skips at the feet of his intended receiver, Jairi Taylor. So 4th down coming up now for the Bengals. Down under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. The opening drives for both sides going to come up pointless. The Ducks, though, were in the middle of a drive when they turned it over on a fumble. And it's going to be essentially a 3-and-out here for this Bengal offense as they get set up to punt this one away. Be number 25, Trevor Lloyd, to punt this one away, and a wobbly short punt going to hit inside of the 40-yard line on the Bengals half of the field. Great field position here for the Fayetteville Ducks. They'll spot it just outside of the 30-yard line. And the Ducks will take over. As the Ducks take over, we do want to let you know that today's Coastal Football Alliance Game of the Week brought to you by Gridiron guys. Got your local coverage from minor league football in the Carolinas. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can also find them on Facebook. That's Gridiron guys. As the Fayetteville Ducks now get set to take over on offense for the second time. Looking for a better result here. Great field position. 1st and 10 at about the 32-yard line of Carolina. Leading the shotgun. He's got a pair of receivers out to each side. One back on his right. He's going to hand it off. That's number 7, Jatavius McCann, who powers through the Carolina defensive line and stumbles down inside of the 30. A nice gain of about 5 or 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and medium here for the Fayetteville Ducks. They're going to go to the no huddle. Quick snap to Lee. He's under pressure immediately. Scrambles out. Pardon me. That's Xavier Ford in at quarterback. He's got a lane down the near sideline. Dives for the pylon, and he's in for the touchdown. It looked like it will wait for the signal. And we do have a flag back at the 20-yard line. And actually, it looks like they're marking him out at the 1-yard line, so not quite to the end zone. But again, there's a flag back at the 20. I think that's what created all that space for Xavier Ford. Here's another Superior Bakery replay for you. See if we can get a look at the penalty coming in. And I think that's it right there. A hold is what the call is going to be. Again, that replay brought to you by Superior Bakery. Stop in to see Superior Bakery, 2433 Hope Mills Road in Fayetteville. Place too short, dessert first, Superior Bakery. So with that penalty, it'll stay 2nd down, ball backed up to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and a long 7, we'll call it, for the Duck offense. 5:41 to go in this first quarter. Scoreless tie right now. Clock back in motion. Ford ready to take the snap. Now will bark out quick orders for his offense, looking to throw over the near side. It's tipped up in the air and intercepted. 2nd turnover of the game for the Duck offense. And the Bengals going to take over just inside of their own 30-yard line. That time it's number 1, Jermaine Brown, who picked it off. A little tip drill there. We'll get another look at the Superior Bakery replay. And this is a little bit unfortunate for Ford, as he overshoots his intended receiver, tipped right into the hands of Jermaine Brown. He was trying to hit Jalen Robinson, but the 2nd turnover of the game for the Ducks. And Carolina takes over at its own 30. Now, they really couldn't move the football much on their opening drive. Let's see what they can do here. Brantley back in at quarterback. Empty backfield as he takes the shotgun snap. Looking down the middle, in a sea of black jerseys, it's caught by Jairi Taylor, who's out to midfield, about a 21-yard pickup. And the first down for the Carolina Bengals. They're going to spot him right at midfield. But a great throw from Brantley. There were a ton of black jerseys right in there. And he threaded the needle to find Taylor. 1st and 10 at midfield. This time Brantley has a back on his right, a pair of receivers to each side. Now under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Brantley takes the snap, steps up under pressure. He's going to run it to the right side. Flag comes out as Brantley's wrestled down around the 35-yard line. So we'll wait for the call on the flag here. Looks like it is going to go against the Bengals. Another holding call. And that is exactly what it will be. So we'll repeat 1st down. Looks like the hold happened pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. So they'll back it up to the 40-yard line. 1st and 20 now for Carolina. On the penalties have been costly right now for the Bengals, or I guess I should say haven't been too costly yet. Defensively, that face mask took the Ducks from behind the sticks to 1st down. Now, a couple of turnovers have helped bail them out on a couple of those penalties. So this is going to make this a much more difficult 1st down. Ball at the 40. Got to get to the other 40. Brantley leans in for the shotgun snap. He'll roll to the near side. Throws across his body. A big hit late on Jairi Taylor, but he holds onto the football for a 7-yard pickup. A big hit in there from number 0, Ed Robinson. Here's the Superior Bakery replay. We'll get another look at it. Taylor right now has been Brantley's favorite target. Little Patrick Mahomes action there and a big hit. Actually, it looks like it was Vontae Stevens who made that hit for the Ducks. Either way, it's now 2nd and 12 for the Bengals after about an 8-yard pickup. And Brantley again alone in the backfield. Trips to his left on the near side. He'll look that way. Pocket holding up for now. He's under pressure. Slings it out to the flat. That ball's caught by Gore. He breaks a tackle down the far sideline. Inside the 30, he stutter steps and stumbles down over on that far sideline. A big pickup of about 24, 25 yards for Jalen Gore, as he connects with his quarterback, Hakeem Brantley. So the Bengal offense overcoming the penalties here. First and 10, ball at about the 24-yard line. So it looks like it was closer to about a 26 or 27-yard pickup. And now they'll switch things up. This is the first time either side has gone under center. Brantley with 2 backs behind him. They'll run a toss sweep to the near left side. Into traffic he goes. That's Willie Tate, it looks like, on the carry. Or pardon me, Damon Perry was the ball carrier. Picked up maybe 1 on the play. 2nd and long coming up. Closing in on the end of the first quarter now. Looks like they'll spot him right back at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 for the Carolina offense here. And they'll go back to the gun. Shotgun with Travis Lee in as the running back in the left side of Brantley. 3 receivers to his left. He'll take the high snap. Immediately looking to run. Decides to throw, and it's tipped out of bounds. Getting a hand to it for the Bengals was wide receiver Jairi Taylor. I have a feeling we're going to hear that name a lot tonight. Brantley has really liked going that way. So that makes it 3rd and 10. And I think you're really kind of in 4-down territory here if you're the Bengals, so you don't necessarily need to get the full 10 here. Empty backfield, though, for Brantley. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. And now I'll lean in for the snap. Quick pass out to the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of Damon Perry, and incomplete. So 4th down coming up now for the Bengals. They have not operated well on 3rd down so far. 0 for 2 now. Well, neither of these teams really showed the ability to kick field goals in warm-ups, and this with the ball being at about the 25-yard line, you're talking about a 40-plus yard field goal, so no surprise here that the Bengals are going to go for it. Now they do need to get the full 10. 4th and 10 for Carolina. Down to 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Brantley takes the snap. This will be the last play of the quarter. Hesitates, and he's sacked. It was I believe that's Antonio Locklear who got in on that play. Number 85 made the sack, and it'll be a turnover on downs for the Carolina Bengals. But that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. No score. Both teams had 2 tries with the football, and they haven't been able to put points on the board. Second 15 minutes coming up next. As we get set to start the second quarter, we do want to let you know that today's game is brought to you by Gridiron Guys. For your local coverage of minor league football in the Carolinas, look to the Gridiron Guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can also find them on Facebook. Also want to thank 2A Designs, your one-stop shop for sports uniforms, leather jackets, and other accessories. You can find them on Facebook. That's the number 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. So a fresh 15 minutes up on the clock. The Bengals turned it over on downs at the end of the first quarter. And so the Fayetteville Ducks take over at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. And the ball's on the ground in the backfield right out the gate. They'll wrestle for it just inside of the 30-yard line. And no real celebration from the Bengals. Tough to see, but it doesn't look like they came up with it. So a little bit of a miscue there for the Ducks. Does not hurt them, but it will be a loss of about 2, 2nd and 12 here for Fayetteville. Well, we saw in the first quarter, like we saw on the opening weekend for the Ducks, they are pretty fluid with who they've got in there in the backfield calling the plays, and it looks like they've switched it up once again. Tyree Sanderson running the offense. He'll hand it off. Cutting up the middle is Deshaun Bonds, who picks up a few before he's tripped up. That'll bring up 3rd and long. We'll call it a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 9 for the Ducks.
For those of you who may just be tuning in, welcome to the Coastal Football Alliance Game of the Week. We're in Fayetteville, North Carolina this week. The Fayetteville Ducks hosting the Carolina Bengals. Didn't miss too much in the first quarter. A couple of Ducks turnovers ended their drives. Trying to do one better here on their third drive of the game. Sanderson, another handoff, a full head of steam that time for Bonds, who went tearing through the line of scrimmage. But he's not going to have enough to get to the first down marker. It'll be another gain of 3 or 4. We'll call it a 4-yard pickup, 4th and a long 5 for the Ducks. And at least at the moment, it doesn't look like they're going to punt this one away. Ducks only faced 1 third down in quarter number 1. They were able to convert it. See what they do here. Clock is ticking. 12:35 left in this first half as they break the huddle. And they are going to go for it, it looks like. They've switched things up again as number 2, Xavier Ford, back in at quarterback. He'll send a man in motion from far side to near. Low snap at his ankles. Ford fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. Going to try and take it himself, but nowhere near the first down marker. And the Ducks are going to turn it over on downs this time. Ball sitting right now at about the 36-yard line of the Ducks. This will be the best field position so far for Carolina. But so far this game has been all about the defense. We've only got a combined 4 first downs so far, each team with a pair. And worth noting, one of those Ducks first downs came on a face masking penalty that gave him 15 yards. So the Bengals back to work. And they'll go back under center as Brantley has a pair of running backs behind him. We got a flag out before the snap. Didn't see the signal from the official. It was a 5-yard penalty, though, against the Carolina offense. So instead of 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of Fayetteville, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 40 now. Just under 12 minutes to go in this first half now. And again, Brantley under center. He's got a fullback and a tailback behind him. And a receiver to each side. Fakes the handoff to the fullback. Instead gets it to his tailback. Plenty of space over the far side. Down the far sideline. Rumbling with it is Travis Lee. He's chased out of bounds, but the Bengals will be the first team into the red zone tonight as Lee is spotted around the 18. Here's a Superior Bakery replay. Big hole there for Lee. He was able to turn on the Jets after that and take it down inside of the 20-yard line. We do want to let you know that this trip to the red zone is brought to you by 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. So 1st and 10 from about the Fayetteville 18-yard line. Best progress made down the field by either of these offenses so far. See if the Bengals can break through. Back in the gun. Brantley takes a high snap, hands it off. They'll go right up the middle and nowhere to go for Lee. Picked up maybe 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and long. Well, this time the Bengals will spread the field with a pair of receivers to each side of Hakeem Brantley. He's got Lee on his left again. Snap chest high for Brantley. He'll step up, has space, decides to run with it. Cuts up inside of the 10. He'll be wrestled down at about the 6 or 7 yard line. A first down for the Bengals. Their second of the drive. And now they're knocking on the door. Another Superior Bakery replay for you. As you see, a lot of space there for Brantley. And he just decides to take it himself. And he's a big guy, hard to bring down. On the roster listed at 6 feet, 205 pounds. Once he gets that 200-plus pounds rolling downfield, it's tough to bring him down. First and goal at about the 7-yard line for the Bengal offense. 9.5 to go in quarter number 2. We've seen the Bengals get under center. They're going to do that again here with Brantley. One receiver way out to the left. You see on the edge of your screen there. They're going to run it that way. Toss sweep. Cutting back up the middle, though, is Lee. And he's not really going to have much to work with. A couple of shifty moves. Maybe got him half a yard, but not much. So second and goal for the Bengals. As you can see, the stadium lights here at John Draskell Stadium doing most of the work at this point. With the sun going down, we mentioned the temperature's not really going to get too chilly tonight, as we're getting into the later stages of March. We're getting into more of that spring and summer weather where it stays warmer. Should be in the mid-60s by the end of this game. Perfect football weather. Looking for our first points right now, though. Brantley in the gun. Running back on his right. They'll swap sides. Pair of receivers to each side of the line. Brantley leans in, takes the snap. Looking right, has time, throws it over the middle, and it is incomplete. That'll bring up fourth and goal. So a big play coming up here, and you look at the way that this game has gone so far. We've played about 22 minutes of the 60 that are going to be played here this evening. And this is the first time that anyone has really gotten close to scoring. And when you get your chance in a game like this where you don't know if or when you're going to get the next one, you got to make it count. Last chance here, fourth and goal. Ball around the 6 or 7 yard line of the Ducks. Brantley takes the snap. Under pressure, wrapped up in the backfield, spins out of a tackle, but he can't get out of the next one. Leading the way, number 2, Xavier Ford helps wrestle Brantley to the ground. It's a turnover on downs for the Bengal offense, who will stall out around the 10-yard line. And that Superior Bakery replay look for you here. Great extra effort from Brantley. You see him spin loose, but coming in just a little bit later there is Ford. Gets some help from a couple of his friends. And that's all she wrote on fourth down. So that will bring the Ducks offense back onto the field. 7:49 to go until halftime. The Ducks really kind of cruised through their season opener against Eastern Carolina. They have not had the same offensive success tonight, though. They're going to pause the clock here for a moment. 7:35 to go, and we've got, looks like we got a penalty against the Ducks this time. Just like the Bengals opened up their drive with a 5-yard penalty last time, so did the Ducks here. It'll be 1st and 15, and now they're backed up just inside of their own 10. It looks like they've gone back to Alan Lee in at quarterback. He'll take the shotgun snap. Plenty of time. Throws it over the middle. Wide open. It's caught. Out to the 30. Now to the 40. Looking to break another tackle, and he will. It's Jalen Robinson cutting back to the middle. He's got no one left to beat if he can outrace the corners coming back after him. He can't, but he's inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. A huge, huge pickup. We'll call it about a 75-yard pass completion. And just like that, the Ducks are in a position to put the first points on the board. Here's your Superior Bakery replay. But a great effort, first of all, by Lee to find Robinson open over the middle, and then Robinson with a couple of nice moves to get the extra yardage, but it'll be 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line of the Carolina Bengals. And as they head into the red zone. We do want to remind you that this red zone trip is brought to you by 2A Designs, your one-stop shop for sports uniforms, leather jackets, and other accessories. You can find them on Facebook. It's the number 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. 6:22 to go in quarter number 2. Still looking for our first points. The Duck defense just stood strong inside their own 10-yard line for 4 plays. And now their offense turns around and springs loose for a 75-yard pass completion on the opening play of the drive. And they're in the red zone. So we'll see what they come up with as they try and put the first points of the game on the board. And they've switched things up. Looks like for the first time we may actually be seeing the Ducks go under center. They also have gone out to the pistol on occasion. But Xavier Ford, who we've seen in at the quarterback position, is in at fullback right now. And Ford, he's a big body. You see him there in the middle of your screen, number 2. I don't think the running backs for this Ducks team mind running behind him. Right now it's Darius Cox back there. But right now it looks like there might be some sort of confusion going on right now. As they try to get the ball properly placed, they'll do so. And again, 1st and 10 for the Ducks. They're at the Bengal 15-yard line, trying to break this scoreless tie right now. And Lee will go under center. First time the Ducks have gone under center here tonight. Hand off to Cox. Big hole. He races through the middle inside the 10. He's close to the first down marker. Good first down run there for the Bengals, as they'll spot him out around the 7 or 8 yard line. It's 2nd and short. Bengals trying to make some quick substitutions, and we've got whistles as the ball is being snapped. The Bengals really didn't have much of a choice but to call a timeout here to avoid what probably would have been too many players on the field. So 6:07 to go in this first half. Still scoreless, but it's 2nd and about 3 inside of the 10-yard line for the Ducks. And again, Lee will go under center. Fullback behind him is Ford. Cox, again, the tailback. I would not at all be surprised to see them go back up the middle again, because that worked phenomenally on the first play. And they will hand off to Cox. This time he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield and dropped. Call it a 2-yard loss back to the 10. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Fayetteville Ducks. And this first half clock draining down, under 6 minutes to go. And that may be why the Ducks are taking their time here. Now, they didn't gain yardage there. Typically, when they gain some yardage, they look to run a hurry up. We've seen them do that throughout the course of this first half. But maybe just trying to bleed a little extra clock here. Again, Lee under center. 3rd down, call it 5 yards to go. This time the handoff goes to the fullback. No, he faked the handoff and going to take it himself is Lee, dancing down the near sideline and in for the touchdown. 10-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Allen Lee. And the Ducks have the first points of the football game. Here's a look at the Superior Bakery replay. They had me fooled on the handoff. I thought he was going to Ford. Then I thought he was going to Cox. He went to neither. And some good blocking. Maybe got away with a hold there on the outside, but no flags. And it is 6-0 Ducks. as we mentioned, neither team really has a kicker to send out for extra points. So the Ducks will be going for 2 here. 4:46 left in this first half. This will be an untimed play as Lee under center takes the snap. Going to drop back, lobs it over the middle, and it's tipped incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails. And it is a 6-0 lead for the Ducks with under 5 minutes left in the half. Well, and with that first touchdown of the game, we want to let you know that our touchdowns today are sponsored by TrueFit Gyms. You can join today and get that summer body ready. Locations are found throughout eastern North Carolina. If you want to get fit, get TrueFit. That touchdown again brought to you by TrueFit Gyms. So it'll be the Ducks to kick off. And that is an important 6 points to get here late in the half if you're Fayetteville, because they did get the ball to start this first half. The Bengals won the toss and deferred to the second. But still have an important drive coming up. The Bengals looked like they had started to find some success offensively. Of course, a lot of it coming off of one big passing play the last time around. But if you're the Bengals here, you have an opportunity to kind of steal a possession if you can waste most of the clock here, get down, score a touchdown, and then you get the ball to start the third quarter. But again, they're going to have to find a way to really sustain their offense. They have not done that here in the first half. 6-0 Ducks. And a nice long kickoff here will bounce into the end zone and out of the back for a touchback. A very strong kick there. And so that's going to force the Bengals to go pretty much the full length of the field here. It's going to be a tough drive for this Carolina offense, who we mentioned. They lost to the Carolina Redhawks last week 12-8, so they have not, still early in the season, obviously, just one game under their belt. This is being the second. But they have not been able to really get the offense in tune so far. Looks like they'll put Brantley alone in the backfield here. Really kind of enjoyed doing that. They create some space for their quarterback. 3 receivers out to the left of Brantley, 2 to his right. Clock running. 4 minutes to go as he takes the shotgun snap. Running around in the backfield, trying to create some space. It's not there, and he's going to be sacked back inside of the 20-yard line. Number 52, Lazarus Jones with the tackles. We get the replay brought to you by Superior Bakery. Take another look at it. Not a bad job by the offensive line of the Bengals. It just took Brantley too long to find somewhere to go with the football. And actually, as we get a look at the replay there, the primary tackler was Brian Kidwell. But it is a 6-yard loss back to the 19-yard line of Carolina. 2nd and 16 coming up, and they're going to put Brantley under center. Toss sweep running right to the near side. Nowhere to go, and being knocked out of bounds is number 41, Zaquise Leach. And that'll bring up 3rd and long. The clock is still running, just about to the 2-minute warning. Here in Fayetteville, Coastal Football Alliance game of the week between the Fayetteville Ducks and the Carolina Bengals. 6-0 lead for the Ducks. They just broke the scoreless tie not too long ago. We'll spread the offense out. A pair of receivers to each side for Brantley. Jumps up to take a high snap, looking to the near sideline, and that will be caught right around the original line of scrimmage, but not enough time there for Jalen Gore to get up and get any extra yardage. Good coverage from Zavante Stevens and Antonio Locklear. And so that'll bring up 4th down. Well, and really no choice here for the Bengals, I don't think, looking at 4th and about 8 or 9. Really no option here but to punt it away and force the Ducks to go a little bit further if they want to get a touchdown here late in the half. Clock stopped at 1:59. I was wondering as the two teams now will head to the sidelines. We have hit the 2-minute warning. 6-0 Fayetteville Ducks on a 10-yard touchdown run from Alan Lee, the quarterback. That's where we stand here in Fayetteville. So 4th down and about 8 for the Carolina Bengals here. They're going to be forced to punt late in this first half. Chris Lehman back with you here on the Coastal Football Alliance Game of the Week. Here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, the Ducks leading the Carolina Bengals. They've got a pair of returners back around their own 35-yard line. Not a bad punt. Going to bounce it about the 42, taking on a hop and a big hit. Will shut down that return immediately, and I think Zontae Stevens may be regretting it a little bit, deciding to pick that one up. Here's your Superior Bakery replay. But he was lined up perfectly to get drilled here. Boom. Good hit. But with 1:46 to go in this first half, the Ducks will start at their own 40-yard line. Well, actually a little bit inside of it, around the 38. It'll be 1st and 10. 106 seconds to get the ball downfield. Well, if you're the Ducks, you've got to be really happy with the score given the circumstances. You've lost a fumble. You fumbled the ball another time but didn't lose it. And you threw an interception, a total of 2 turnovers in this first half. And you've still got a 6-0 lead, including one that put the Bengal offense inside of your own 30. Clock running. About 1:15 to go in the half. Alan Lee under center. He'll hand it off. Running back is number 7, Jatavius McCann, who is able to break the initial tackle at the line of scrimmage and fight his way out for a nice little gain. We'll call it 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. With the ball at about the 43-yard line. Still in Duck territory. Down under a minute to go, and I think the Ducks may be just trying to run the clock out here and take it to halftime. Because they are not typically on a play like that where they pick up 5 or 6 yards. They'll go into the hurry-up and try and catch their opponent off guard. 2-back set with Lee in the gun. 1 receiver to his far right side, 2 to his left as he takes the snap. And it's a broken play, looking to hand it off again to McCann. Now Lee going to race out of bounds on the far sideline, just trying to salvage something out of that play. And he picks up 1 or 2, so 3rd down coming up with about 24 seconds to go in the half. But it did look like he picked up 1 or 2 yards on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 3 from the 44-yard line. Well, again, unless the Ducks here are trying to kind of lull the Bengal defense to sleep before they take a shot at it, they look like they're kind of trying to be conservative and they're going to take what the Bengal defense gives them and maybe bust one if the opportunity presents itself. Lee again with 2 backs, dropping back to pass out of the gun. He'll throw it into the flat, and it's incomplete, intended for Xavier Ford. 14 seconds to go, and it'll be 4th down. But these two teams struggling a little bit on 4th down. Not the Ducks quite so much. I've got them at 2 for 4 in 3rd down situations, but the Bengals are 0 for 4. I think some of that you have to give credit to this Fayetteville defense, who has now played, assuming, well, actually it wouldn't matter technically if you're looking at it statistically. This Ducks team, their defense, has shut out their opponent for the first game and a half of this season. And now on 4th down, the Ducks are going to take a knee. And I think they thought they were going to run the clock out, but they turn it over on downs, and now they give the Bengals a chance, with the clock stopped at 8 seconds, to run one play and maybe take a shot at the end zone. So 8 seconds to go in the half, and hey, I think the Ducks may not have known that that was 4th down, because they clearly were taking a knee intending just to run the clock out. Now, there's also the possibility that there was some miscommunication between the sideline and the huddle, and the sideline actually wanted Lee to back up and run the clock out and then go down, which is a possibility. But that's a lot of time to do that. It was about 10 seconds left in the half when he took the knee. So we'll see if the Bengals decide to try and take this free possession and do something with it. 1st and 10, ball at about the 43-yard line of the Ducks. Brantley, time to throw. Now the pocket will collapse, and the ball's going to be knocked loose. And on the ground, it looks like the Bengals recovered it, but it doesn't matter who did, because the clock has run to 0, and we have hit halftime here at John Driscoll Stadium in Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Ducks with a late touchdown in quarter number 2. They've got a 6-0 lead after 30 minutes.
We got a drink ceremony. I want to congratulate the Fayetteville Ducks. First they ever do it in Fayetteville. Championship. First they ever do it. Let's give it up for the boys. So proud of these guys. They work hard and they deserve everything they get. These are called black pearl. The rings are black pearl. Alright, when the call names out, I'd like everybody to give a round of applause for that I call out. First name on the list, Lance. Let's get it, Lance. Alright, next one. Alright, you can be our kicker. Alright, round of applause. Black Pearl, that is. Next on the list, Xavier. You say, got it, you do it, don't you do it. Got it. That's Black Pearl, that's Black Pearl. Next on the list, on the map, day one guys, well not day one, I will be. Edwin Robinson, get your Black Pearl, man. Hey, he's playing with 10 stitches in his hand. He's playing with 10 stitches in his hand right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's my guy. Don't worry, It don't matter, you got 10 and 20, you still gonna play. Black Pearl. Black Pearl. Put it up, man. Next one on the list. One other guy. This is last season. You gonna try to get another ring? Javier! Javi!
What's up?
Next one on the list. He's going to be like this. Offensive coordinator. Everybody know who it is now. Don't say his name first. 50! Oh, that's my next four coordinator right there. Guaranteed. With that black bird. All right, next on the list. This is really one of my day one. Here we go. Miguel! And he's scared. Next one on the list. It's really my day one. I'm talking about day one. He played ball the game and all that good stuff there. And he retired, but he did his thing. Play. Big dogs. Don't move my man, man. You take your spot over there. The Black Pearl. That Black Pearl. Here we go. Next one on the list. My brother. You hold down the middle. And it's Grizzly. Grizzly Bear. Bear. Let's go, Bear. Go, Grizzly. There you go. Well deserved. Well deserved. Very good leader. Next one on the list. Here we go. Smile. The dancing bear. We already know what it is. Here we go. Redland. 63. Smiley. Here we go. You got one that got other duties he got to take care of the good play this season. Okay? So, he came out here with his son. Love against this guy. Patrick, the jerk. There you go. Go, Terry. I ain't gonna do him like that. That's my guy. Next coach on the list. Oh, both of my coaches come on out here. Oh, both of the coaches, why you want to wait? Why you want to wait? Why you want to trade over there? Come on over here. EC and John. Two second coaches. Hands down. They're one of the best coaches for us right there. I love it. I love it. Next one on the list. I ain't person, but I'm paying for sometimes he's working with just my son now. He's less than the bad answer, so he's messing up. Xavier Ford. All that great. You'll put some of that chicken out in the game, I guarantee.
Airheads, chips, that kind of
Next
shit.
one on the list. Other quarterback over there. You hold it down for me. You always in the ear. Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Kyrie! Next one on the list. Next one on the list. Got one got the Carters in it. Always in the game. I'm gonna have the nephew. Can't wait from the front. She's right here, beautiful right now. Baby sister right there. Miss Jones, Laurie Jones. Get to work right there with that black that black pearl fish. Okay, fellas, listen. I have 2 lists. Did I miss anybody over there? Did I miss anybody? No, I didn't. Did I miss anybody? Bam? Come here, Bam. Come here, Bam. Good. We got another running back, one of my guys, always reliable. Bam ball. Come get that money back. Black pearl, baby. Did I miss anybody else? I had 2 lists. Did I miss anybody else? Please let me know. That's it? All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Closing in on the end of halftime here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Chris Lehman with you as the Gridiron guys present the Coastal Football Alliance Showcase here tonight. A 6-0 lead at the break for the Ducks over the Carolina Bengals. As mentioned, this product tonight, this game brought to you by Gridiron guys. They've got your local coverage for minor league football in the Carolinas. Be sure to like and subscribe and find them on Facebook. Gridiron guys. We also want to thank 2A Designs, our Red Zone sponsor tonight. They're your one-stop shop for sports uniforms, leather jackets, and other accessories. You can find them on Facebook. The number 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. Also want to thank our touchdown sponsor tonight, True Fit Gyms. You can join today and get that summer body ready. Our locations found throughout eastern North Carolina. If you want to get fit, get True Fit. And last but not least, we also want to thank our replay sponsor, Superior Bakery. Stop in to see them at 2433 Hope Mills Road in Fayetteville. Life's too short. Eat dessert first. Superior Bakery. So thank you to our sponsors. 2 teams getting ready to head back out onto the field. We'll have the second half coming up in just a moment.
I didn't forget about him. I thought I had it, but I don't know. Day one.
As long as I know.
Get by my side, paid a lot of money for everything. Help a lot of guys. Okay? All right? One of my captains, leaders, co-owner. Let's give a round of applause. Everybody give a round of applause to Robert McCary.
Welcome back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. We're at John Basker Stadium here. The Fayetteville Ducks hosting the Carolina Bengals as the Gridiron guys present the Coastal Football Alliance football showcase here on this Saturday evening. Ducks with a 6-0 lead. It's been mostly about the defense. Ducks have had more success offensively. Only problem is they've turned the ball over twice. But they were able to punch one in from 10 yards out. Allen Lee, the quarterback, running it in with just under 5 minutes to go before halftime. 2-point conversion failed, so it's a 6-0 lead for the Fayetteville Ducks. Now, the Bengals won the opening toss and deferred to the second half, so they will get the ball here to begin quarter number 3. But they've got some work to do, and as we mentioned, just 8 points scored against the Carolina Redhawks last Saturday. This is not a Carolina Bengals team, at least here early in the season, that has been prolific offensively. And so playing from behind here, especially if Fayetteville can clean things up a little bit and avoid the turnovers they had in half number 1, this could be a 3 or 4 score game had there not been a couple of turnovers from the Ducks. So I think if you're the Bengals, you kind of count your blessings and try and make something happen here, particularly on this opening drive. We haven't seen much out of the Bengals. We've seen a couple of more explosive plays of 15, 20 yards, but nothing sustained as we've seen for the Ducks. So the Ducks not much more sustained, but a little bit more. And they have been able to put it into the end zone. It's a great kickoff after the touchdown for a touchback. This time it's going to skip into the returners inside the 10-yard line. Looking for space out to the far side. Not much doing there. And the Bengals will start around their own 25. As the returner, Jerry Taylor was able to get it out. Well, looks like he got it out actually just past the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. We'll call it right at the 30-yard line. Not bad field position for the Bengals, but we'll see what they can get going here in quarter number 3. The Carolina Bengals in those silver uniforms with red numbers, and black and white are the Fayetteville Ducks. Bengals moving left to right here as they start on offense in the 3rd quarter. Brantley going to get under center for this snap. And just as he takes the snap, whistles blow and flags fly. Looks like we may have had a false start here on the offense. We'll wait to get the official signal from down on the field, but just based on the timing. And here's the call. No, this is going to go against the Ducks. Looks like they had too many men on the field. And so a little bit of help from the Duck defense here to start this drive. Instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5. Ball out at the Bengal 35-yard line now. So a little over a minute has run off this third quarter clock. And again, Hakeem Brantley will get under center. One receiver to each side. And they're going to look to hand it off up the middle. Nothing doing there. They're going to try and bounce it out to the far sideline. Nothing there either. And it's going to be a loss on first down. As Queese Leach just didn't have anywhere to go. Ends up losing a good 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 9. Which really just pretty much negates that 5-yard penalty on the Ducks to start the drive. See what this Carolina offense can draw up here. They're going to go with the shotgun here on 2nd down. Brantley in an empty backfield. 2 receivers to his right, 3 to his far left. Doesn't matter. This one over his head on the snap. He's going to try and track it down. Overruns it, but it looks like he's got a teammate there to help out and recover. But a huge, huge loss on the play for the Bengals. It was number 60, David Johnson Jr., the lineman, who was able to fall on the football. On the Bengals there, just about with their first turnover of the game. Instead, it'll be 3rd, and we'll call it 23 as they spot the ball back around the 17-yard line. They got to get out to the 40. Bengals have yet to convert on 3rd down. They were 0 for 4 in the first half. In the gun here, Brantley with a back on his left. 3 receivers out to that far left side and 1 to his right. A little over 12 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Bengals still trying to get this offense moving downfield. Haven't seen much of it today. A little bit of a high snap again. Brantley able to handle it. Ducks out of a tackle. He'll race out to the near side. Nothing to do but tuck and run here. And he'll be chased down from behind just across the 20-yard line. Tackle made on the play by Zavante Stevens. And it'll be 4th down here as the Bengals are now 0 for 5, converting on 3rd down. And, of course, you don't really expect them to on 3rd and 20+. But that is part of the reason that they have yet to convert a 3rd down, because they have not been easy ones. So this will put the Bengals in a situation where they really don't have a choice but to punt. And it's going to be Zavante Stevens and Michael Curtis back to return, camped out around their own 40-yard line. Snap gonna roll to the punter. It was Mason Ellis, and he'll send a high wobbly kick down. It lands at the Bengal 45 and takes a favorable roll for the Ducks as it kicks backwards. Quickly downed by the Bengals. That was Dusty Murphy getting a hand to it. It'll be 1st and 10 and a very good field position for the Duck offense, right around the 42, 43-yard line of Carolina. So the Bengals, they didn't really try to do anything on their final drive of the half other than really kind of run the clock out. So if you take that out, the last really kind of significant drive they had was that touchdown drive. Spurred along mainly by what was about a 75-yard pass completion to Jalen Robinson. And before the snap, looks like a little bit of a complication here with the chains on the near side. Looks like they may have, the chain itself may have gotten tangled around one of the sticks. So they'll get that worked out. 1st and 10. Fayetteville Ducks at the Carolina 43-yard line. Allen Lee with a running back on his right, takes the snap ankle high, throws to the near side. It's bobbled and dropped. Big hit from behind. Intended target was Ryan Davis. But it was the Bengal safety who came in to make that play, I believe. That's Timothy Greganius. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Ducks. We talked about when they're able to gain positive yardage, they get in that rhythm, get into the no-huddle offense, and be dangerous. But they'll huddle up here. And they'll spread 4 receivers wide, 2 to each side for Lee. Dropping back to pass, throwing out to the flat on the far side. That ball is caught. Not really much room to run, though, over on the far sideline. It'll be a short gain. And bring up third down. The pass is complete to Alexis Womack. And he got maybe a yard on the play. 3rd and 9, we'll call it, coming up. Now the Ducks a little bit more efficient on third down, 2 for 4. That's not too bad. But this third down conversion a little bit more low percentage. 3rd and 9. Ball at the Bengal 42. Down under 10 minutes left in this third quarter. Just a 6-0 lead for the Ducks. Out of the gun again. Lee leans in, takes the snap. We're going to have a flag out here as the Bengals were offsides. Free play. Lee scrambles out right to the far side, throws downfield, and couldn't connect with his receiver down the far sideline. But again, we've got an offsides penalty against the Bengals coming. The intended target on that throw was Jalen Robinson. But a favor done here to the Ducks, as they will get to replay third down, and this time it'll be more like 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 9. Clock stopped with 9:26 to go in the third quarter. And you got to think, if the Ducks are able to convert the third down here and go down and score, now there's still plenty of time left to score if you're the Bengals, but the way that this game has been trending, and the inability of the Bengals outside of a couple of explosive plays to really move the football, I think if you're the Ducks, if you score again, you're going to feel pretty comfortable. 3rd and 4 now. 5-yard penalty puts the ball around the 37-yard line. Lee drop back to throw. Over the middle, has an open receiver in Ford, and he threw it over his head. Ford able to get his fingertips on it, but he can't haul it in, so it'll be 4th down and about 4 from the 37-yard line of Carolina. And I think this is a spot here as we take a look at the Superior Bakery replay. And you can see just too far over the head of Ford for him to be able to haul it in. And it looks like, hold on, we've got a penalty against the Ducks. I didn't see the flag out there. Now the field is a little bit dim. Looks like a total on each light post of about 9 lights. So you're talking about only 36 lights to light this field. It's a little bit dim, so it's not always easy to see the laundry out there. And because I think the Ducks were going to go for it on 4th down, the Bengals do elect to accept the penalty as a 10-yard penalty. Ball is back around the 45 or 46 of the Carolina side of the field now. And it's 3rd and 13 this time. And before we get a snap, we've got whistles, and I think we've got a timeout being called by the Ducks. 8:44 to go in the third quarter. It is a 6-0 lead for the Ducks, but they've got 3rd and long coming up. After the timeout, we're looking at about 3rd and 13 for the Fayetteville Ducks. This will be their 3rd iteration of 3rd down. A couple of penalties have reset it. They're going to run the jet sweep here. Looking for room on the near sideline. A great run by Alexis Womack, who will be tripped up just shy of the 1st down marker, but good play calling there from the Ducks on the sideline, as Womack able to find the space, and he'll be brought down actually a little bit shorter of the marker than I thought he was. I thought it was going to be more like 4th and 2. This is looking like 4th and 4. Ball spotted around the 38-yard line of Carolina. Clock running, about 8 minutes to go in the third. And this time, Ducks going to have to get the 1st down. 4th down coming up here. Lee leans in for the snap. He's got 2 receivers to each side as he takes it. Hit as he throws. Has a man open over the middle. It's bobbled and dropped. And the Ducks going to turn it over on downs. I do not see any flags on the field this time, as he tried to hit Robinson. Superior Bakery replay for you on this one, and it feels like Lee, anytime he throws the ball more than about 10 or 15 yards, just not quite close enough. And in fairness to him there, he was hit as he threw it, and that was actually a pretty darn good throw. I think Robinson just saw the hit coming from the safety and lost his concentration. So I think I got to give credit to Alan Lee on that one to be as accurate as he was with the football while he was being hit. Either way, turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Bengals, their second drive of this half, and it will start just inside of their own 40-yard line. Halfway through quarter 3 now.
For the what? Yeah, probably for the Ducks.
Neither side able to pick up a first down so far this half. The Bengals going to run it up the middle, and there is nowhere to go. We're out in broils. It was a short loss on first down there for the Bengals on that run. Called a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But this is really the battle, I think, that's going to dictate how this game goes the rest of the way. If the Bengals can't do anything on offense, obviously you got to be able to, down 6. But they have not really shown many signs of life here. Brantley looking to throw, has a man open, caught around the 40-yard line, but nowhere else to go. For number 11, Jairi Taylor said his name plenty of times. He's been hands down the most popular target for Hakeem Brantley tonight. And they're able to pick up 4 or 5 on the play. It's still going to be 3rd and long, though. We'll call it 3rd and 8, to pick up a 4 to the 40-yard line. Clock still trickling down, 6 minutes left in the quarter. They're going to leave Brantley alone in the backfield this time. 3 receivers to his left on the far side, 2 to his right in the empty set. Jumps up to receive the snap, has time to throw. Pocket collapsing, though. He's going to be wrapped up by 3 black jerseys. And a big loss for the Bengals is likely going to result in a punt here. Another Superior Bakery replay for you. And initially, it looked like the pocket was going to stay stable. As you see there, a pretty good job. And actually, you might have to blame Brantley on that one. I'm not sure he had to scramble away. I think what he saw was that hole there and thought he might be able to run with it. And that hole just closed up way too quickly for the quarterback to get through. And he ends up losing 3 or 4 yards. So 4th and long. Bengals going to punt again. And again, it'll be Mason Ellis to do the kicking. Back to receive this time for the Ducks. Antonio Locklear. It looks like Michael Curtis. Here comes the punt. Just got away. A wobbly spiral. Curtis will catch it at his own 30. Nice block there from Locklear. It's going to create space for Curtis. Up the near side. We have a flag coming out behind the play, though, as Curtis is hit in the legs and upended just across midfield. But again, a flag back around the 38-yard line of the Ducks. Likely going to go against the returning team. And Fayetteville going to get backed up after a good return there by Michael Curtis. Get a look at the Superior Bakery replay. Great block there from Locklear. And you see the space it left on the near side, and you see on the right side, the blind side block, I think, is what the call is. Actually, no, they're going to call a holding. Either way, it's going to set back the Ducks a little bit here on offense. 4:47 to go in the 3rd quarter after the penalty is assessed. They will spot the ball at the 28-yard line, so it is a 10-yard holding penalty from the spot for the Ducks on the return. Neither offense has really been able to get going here in this 3rd quarter. We played a little over 10 minutes. Still no first downs on either side. And, of course, that also means neither team has converted on 3rd down. They're combined 0 for 3 here in the quarter. But Alan Lee ready to go in the gun, a back on his left, 2 receivers to each side. He'll lean in for the shotgun snap. Drops back to throw inside of his own 20-yard line. Plenty of time. Now he's got to scramble out to the far right side. Directing traffic, throws it downfield as man open. It's caught across the 40-yard line and backpedaling out of bounds believe that was Deshaun Bonds who made the catch, but the Ducks trying to move up the field quickly. You mentioned whenever they're able to get some forward progress going, they get into that hurry-up offense, they run the no huddle, and try and catch the defense off guard. Ball is spotted at the 48-yard line, so a 20-yard pickup there, and that is the first down from either team here in this second half. Oh, and just as I said, the Ducks were going to go no huddle. They're going to huddle up. 3:40 to go in this third quarter. Fayetteville offense breaks the huddle in the spread again. Same formation as that last play that gained 20 yards. Just a couple of down linemen for the Bengals as Lee takes the snap immediately under pressure. Scrambles out to the right again. Again looking downfield, and he hits his target. Oh no, he did the target, but it was dropped. That looked like another big completion for the Ducks on offense, but Jalen Robinson was unable to reel it in. We'll get a second look at it here on the Superior Bakery replay. Great job by Lee on 2 straight plays to get out into space where he had more time to throw. Pretty accurate throw on the run as well. And Robinson just wasn't able to pick it up. So that brings up 2nd and 10. Ball at the Duck 48-yard line. Keep an eye on number 2 just coming into that huddle. Xavier Ford, listed on the roster as a utility player, and they've used him in a whole bunch of different roles offensively and defensively. And he's back in at the quarterback position here for Lee. Haven't seen him yet in this second half back there. He's going to look to throw. Dumps it off, looking for his running back out of the backfield. That was Deshaun Bonds. But he throws it over his head and out of bounds. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Ducks. Fayetteville converted on 2 of the first 3 third downs that they've faced, but they've failed to convert on the last 2. So we'll see what they can do here. Under 3 minutes left in the quarter. And again, I'll reiterate, if the Ducks can put another score on the board and take a double-digit lead, I think they'll pretty much lock this game up, because the Bengals still not really able to move the football. 4 total first downs over the course of this game, really on both sides. Just been a matter of one explosive play for the Ducks is a little bit longer and more explosive than that for the Bengals. So here's 3rd and 10. Ford again in at quarterback. Empty backfield as he looks to throw. Has plenty of time at his own 40. Stepping up, throws it downfield, and it's incomplete. Straight through the hands of his intended receiver, number 13, Samuel Lang. So that'll bring up 4th down, and that is 3 straight third downs that the Ducks have failed to convert. And the question here is, we have not seen the Ducks punt yet. They've turned it over on downs a couple of times, but I think a combination of trust in their offense to move the football and confidence in their defense to stop this Bengal offense, which really hasn't shown much tonight, is going to give the Ducks an opportunity here to go for it on 4th and 10. But it is still a risky move, because they will put the Bengals on their half of the field if they don't get anything here. 2:16 to go. Ford again in the shotgun at quarterback. He's got a back on his left and a pair of receivers to each side. Takes the snap, looking to throw, immediately under pressure. Scrambles left, has time and space now, looking downfield. He's going to go after the end zone. He has a man open, and it is incomplete. That was a good thought. Alexis Womack snuck behind the secondary. And a pretty nice job there, actually, I would say, by Ford. He put a little bit too much distance on that ball, but I think he recognized that Womack was all alone, and all he had to do was get it down there where he could get underneath of a pass and catch it, almost like a punt. And unfortunately, just a little bit too much on it. And so a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at the Fayetteville 48-yard line, with 2 minutes left in this third quarter. This is a really important drive for the Bengals. At this point, all of them are for the Bengals. They've got to find a way to get something going. It has taken almost a full 3 quarters now, and they have not been able to move the football much at all. fact, I think that the 4 first downs they have came on one drive in the first quarter and then another drive in the second quarter, a pair each. They have not moved the ball outside of that. Brantley under pressure, and he's intercepted. Lots of space to run with it, too. This one's going to be taken to the house, and the Ducks are going to add to their lead. All kinds of time for Hakeem Brantley, and he tried to throw it away. He threw it right to a Duck cornerback. But that one really hurts. Here's a look at the replay brought to you by Superior Bakery. Plenty of time there for Brantley. And then he's under pressure. He panics, slings it. I don't even see a white jersey or silver jersey over there for it. And they take it to the house. I believe that was Antonio Locklear with the pick 6. And I know we're still in this third quarter, but that one may seal it for the Ducks. So once again, it'll be Fayetteville going for 2. But about a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown there for the Fayetteville defense. First turnover of the game for the Bengals, a costly one. Xavier Ford in at quarterback for this 2-point play. He'll go under center. A pair of backs behind him and a receiver out to each side. Got a tight end on each side of the line as well, and now we've got flags coming out as it looks like the offensive line jumped for Fayetteville. It's exactly what it was. That'll back them up 5 yards. So the ball now at the 7. 2-point conversion coming here. Ford takes the snap under center, fakes the handoff, lobs it over the middle, and overthrows Benjamin Hernandez, his tight end. And the 2-point conversion will fail, but a big pick 6 for the Fayetteville Ducks defense, and it's 12-0. They get set up for the kickoff. Again, we want to let you know that that touchdown today was brought to you by True Fit Gyms. If you want to get fit, get True Fit. "40 seconds left in this third quarter as the Ducks will get set to kick this one away again. A little bit of confusion getting the right personnel out there first. But a squib kick down the far side. It'll be scooped up and returned by the Bengals. A lot of space out to the near side if they can get here. But a great job sealing off the edge by Lance Jamison, who makes the tackle on the return and keep the Bengals inside of their own 30 to start with the football. That play runs 11 seconds off the third quarter clock, now down to about 30 ticks on the clock. And now this is going to be a tough one for the Bengal offense to bounce back after that play. They've been struggling to find their offensive rhythm all day. And it really doesn't get any better. Actually, Javier Archbold was the back in coverage who picked that one off and took it to the house. But it's 1st and 10 now for the Bengals. Quick hit out to the near side. Jalen Gore trying to get to the sideline and turn the corner, unable to do so. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a 3 or 4 yard pickup by Malik Williams. So not a bad gain there for the Bengals on 1st down. We'll call it a 3 yard pickup, 2nd and 7 coming up. But they're going to have to run a play quickly or we're going to run out of time in the 3rd quarter. Clock running down. Not going to be enough time for a play. Bengals got to have a lot of work to do as we head to the 4th quarter. They've been shut out through the first 45 minutes, and a late pick 6 from Javier Archbold has made it a 12-point lead for the Ducks as we head to the 4th quarter. Welcome back to Fayetteville, North Carolina, as the Gridiron guys present the Coastal Football Alliance Showcase here on this Saturday evening. Get a look there at the live mascot on the sideline for the Ducks. Looking a little bit like the Aflac Duck, but he's got to be enjoying himself. His team's winning 12-0 right now. As we get ready to start quarter number 4, it is Bengals football. They're looking at 2nd. And I'm not sure that they properly spotted this football. It was like 2nd and 7 at the end of the 3rd quarter. They've got an extra 2 or 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd and 5 here with where that ball is spotted around the 28-yard line of Carolina. And they've got to get out to the 32. Brantley takes the shotgun snap. Immediately under pressure. Steps up. Throws. It's caught over the middle and some space to run now for the Bengals. Out to the near side. And ridden down on the near sideline just shy of midfield by Jalen Robinson. And guess who caught that football? Number 11, Jairi Taylor. Brantley has been looking for him all day. And this will be the first down of the 2nd half for the Bengals, who couldn't move the sticks in quarter number 3. Well, hold on. They're going to bring this one back. There's a flag way back in the backfield for a hold. That play started at the 28-yard line, was where the line of scrimmage was. That holding penalty was called back around the 20-yard line, so way back in the backfield. So scratch that 1st down. Instead, it's going to be, well, it should be 2nd down. But right now the number indicated is 1st down on the sticks. So we'll keep an eye on that, see if that gets corrected. But right now it's showing 1st and 15 for the Bengal offense. Now, in a game, this isn't, I won't necessarily call this a blowout. Obviously, it's 12-0, but with the way the Bengals have struggled offensively, you wouldn't call it a close game either. In a closer game, you might worry about that a little more, but the way the Bengals have struggled on offense, I'm not sure it's going to affect the Duck defense too much. Under pressure, a big hit on the far sideline. Brantley was able to unleash and hit a receiver, but a big hit over there by Terrell Jones. So about a 6 or 7 yard pickup there for the Bengals. Will make it 2nd and 8 here. Bengals going to have to play with a little bit more urgency here, though. Clock is running, 13.5 to go. They need 2 scores. And they haven't been able to find the red zone yet tonight. Brantley in the gun, a running back on his left, a pair of receivers to each side of the line. Not sure what he's waiting on here now. He'll lean in for the snap. And again, has to run away from pressure on the far side. Throws it out wide. That's the same receiver he was able to hit on the last play for a nice little gain. But this time, he was unable to connect with Wisdom Northern. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 for this Carolina offense. 2 minutes gone in this fourth quarter. The Bengals still searching for their first down of the half. 0 for 6 now. On 3rd down conversions are the Bengals. And they're going to tuck and run here. Nowhere to go for Brantley. And instead of taking a big hit, he's going to slide down around the 30-yard line and bring up 4th and short. And I got to think here with the time remaining in this football game and the lack of offense so far for Carolina, you really have no choice but to go for it here as your back's starting to be up against the wall. Clock still rolling, 12:15 to go in the game. 12-0 lead for the Fayetteville Ducks here in the Gridiron Guys Coastal Football Alliance Showcase. Spread the field again. 2 receivers to each side for Hakeem Brantley. Still waiting on the snap. He'll take it and hand it off here on 4th and short. Bouncing outside with it is Broyles, fighting his way down the far sideline. He's going to be close to that 1st down marker. I'll have to wait for the signal from the official to see if he actually got it, and it looks like he did. Well, it took 3 minutes and 13 seconds into the fourth quarter, but the Bengals with their first down here in half number 2, just their 5th of the game. And really, this second half really has not had any kind of offense. The only touchdown was an interception returned by Javier Archbold for a touchdown for the Ducks. Because even the Ducks just 1 first down in this half so far. 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. The Bengals convert on 4th down there. Now it's 1st and 10 around their own 32. Brantley has to scramble out right again. Throws it down the far sideline. It's caught, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down as the wide receiver wrestled out of bounds on that far sideline. Jairee Taylor, no surprise, making another big catch for the Carolina offense. Looking over to that far side, it looks like we may have a flag down on the play. Still haven't seen where it was located, but it's good news for the Bengals as a holding penalty on the defense. Well, I'm a tad confused. I'm pretty sure Jairee Taylor made the catch over on the far side. I'm not exactly sure how the penalty was assessed. It is a 1st down, though, for the Bengals. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. And Brantley will be under center this time, under 11 minutes to go in the game. He'll run a toss sweep to the near left side. Bouncing it out wide and nowhere to go. Wrapped up and dropped at the sideline. This is Zaquise Leach. For a loss on the play of 2 or 3 yards, it'll be 2nd. We wait to see exactly where the ball is spotted. It'll be more like 2nd and 14 here for the Carolina offense. 10:25 to go now. This has been one of the problems for the Bengals. More often than not, they've ended up going backwards on 1st down rather than forwards. And it never helps to play from behind the sticks. We talked about the fact that this Bengals team has not converted a 3rd down yet. Part of the reason is most of them are 3rd and long. 10 minutes to go. Brantley under center, takes the snap, another handoff. Running with it again is Leach, and again nowhere to go. Tried to shimmy his way outside, but there just was no room to move, and he loses another 1 or 2. So again, a 3rd and long here for the Bengals, who are 0 for 6 through the first, 0 for 7, including that 3rd down they failed to convert earlier this drive. This will be 3rd and about 15. Ball spotted around the 36-yard line. Carolina's got to get to the 49 of Fayetteville. This clock continues to run. 9 minutes to go in this one. Out of the gun, Brantley's got 3 receivers to his left. Has to haul in a high snap with one hand. He'll look left, now right, dumps it off to the sideline, and it's caught there. And staying in bounds was Travis Lee. Trying to fight for that first down. He's close to it at midfield. And they're eyeing it up. I think they're going to stop the clock here. Get a look at the Superior Bakery replay. Brantley, pretty secure pocket, did get hit as he threw, but a nice job reeling it in there by Travis Lee. And he is just a little bit short. Or no, looks like actually they gave him the first down. That is the first conversion on 3rd down for the Bengals tonight. Going to be a 16-yard pickup, 1st and 10, just across midfield. So Brantley in the gun, a running back on his right, and a pair of receivers out to each side. 8.5 to go. Bengals got to start moving as they're starting to run out of time. Quick pass out to the far sideline. That's going to be caught. And a hard-working play by the Bengals receiver. I believe it was Taylor again. But that's going to be close to a first down. Ball placed at the 40-yard line, so 2nd and 1. They are going to stop the clock. And the Ducks trying to slow down the Bengal momentum. They're moving. Looking at a 3rd first down on this drive. They'd had a total of 4 through the first 3 quarters. But as we go into the timeout, we do want to thank our sponsors again, namely Gridiron Guys, who's presenting tonight's football showcase. They're your place for local coverage of minor league football in the Carolinas. Be sure to like and subscribe. Find them on Facebook under Gridiron Guys. I also want to thank 2A Designs, your one-stop shop for sports, uniforms, leather jackets, and other accessories. You can find them on Facebook. That's the number 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. So the Ducks in a timeout right now. And I think you maybe are starting to get a little bit concerned if you're a Fayetteville fan. The Bengals starting to move the football. The one bit of comfort you have is you're down to 8 minutes and change left in this football game, and the way that the Bengals have moved the ball, because remember, they had this ball essentially to start this 4th quarter. So haven't given the ball up, and they've run close to 7 minutes off the clock, and they've only moved the ball about 30 yards. So you're going to need a big play here if you're the Bengals to save you some clock. Right now, though, they just need a yard to convert the first down. 2nd and 1, just outside of the Duck 40-yard line. Clock back moving, exactly 8 minutes to go as Brantley leans in for the snap, immediately looking to throw, has time, hits a man over the middle. That one's caught by number 17, Marquise Willis. He's going to slip through a tackle and race down inside of the 10, down close to the goal line. A big pickup there for the Bengals. Their 3rd first down on this drive. We talked about needing a big play. That was it right there. Here's a look at the Superior Bakery replay. A nice job by Brantley, who was under some pressure there a little bit, but that middle of the field has been open. And the Bengals able to exploit it there for a big gain of about 35 yards. And it's 1st and goal. Just over 7 minutes to go. Still hope for the Bengals, down by 12 points. They'll go with the shotgun. A pair of receivers to each side. They're in tight on that far right side, though, for Brantley. They'll lean in for the snap. Takes it. nowhere to go. A lot of black jerseys in the backfield. They're going to bring him down for a 5-yard loss. Back to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. It's Archbold leading the way. He's made a couple of really big defensive plays, and right now what may end up being the biggest play of the game, that pick 6, if the Bengals are able to score here and the Ducks are able to hold on. I think that's going to be the key for Fayetteville on this next drive. First of all, I think they're going to have to deal with an onside kick attempt here from the Bengals after this, assuming that Carolina is able to score. But then just run as much clock as possible, because the Bengals, well, they've had a couple explosive plays like we just saw, 30-plus yards on the pass completion. There haven't been many of them, and they've been slow moving the football, and the clock is still running. 6:10 to go. 3 receivers to the far right side for Brantley, 1 to his left. Running back on his right, he's going to look left. Quick throw. Is it caught? No. It bounced in front of Gore, and he was unable to haul it in. Clock will stop with exactly 6 minutes left in the football game. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line for Carolina. Two very important plays coming up here for the Bengals. If they're able to score, they've still got a chance. If they don't, they're really going to be pressed for time. Down 12-0. Trying to break the shutout. Brantley takes the shotgun snap. Steps up under pressure, and he'll be swallowed up again. He was able to rush forward for a couple, but it's 4th and goal from about the 7 or so yard line. And again, tackled in bounds. Bengals not using any timeouts. 5.5 minutes to go. But this right here really, at least from the Ducks standpoint, I think is the ball game. If they stop them here, they've got the win. After that 3rd down comes up short, Carolina's offense 1 for 9 on 3rd down. Now, they did convert a 4th down on this drive already. They've got to do it here, and they've got to get to the end zone. They're at about the 7. Brantley under center. Under 5 minutes to go. This is really kind of the last gasp for this Carolina offense. And the snap is dropped. They'll pile on it, and the Bengals are going to have no choice but to fall on the football. Turnover on downs, and that might be it. 4:34 to go. The Ducks are going to have the football and can potentially run the clock out here, but it does look like there is a Bengal that is slow to get up. Well, a lot of times that's the most dangerous place to be in a football game, is at the bottom of those piles just trying to dig after the football. It was Alton Broyles who is now up and not 100%, but able to walk himself to the sideline. I think he kind of got caught up in the scrum for the football. But he'll head off to the Carolina bench, and the Fayetteville offense back on the field, 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And now if you're the Ducks, you obviously don't need to worry about scoring. You've got a 12-point lead. You just want to move the sticks a couple of times and keep the clock trickling down. And speaking of trickling down, it is right now, 4:20 to go. And they're going to put the quarterback under center. Looks like they put Tyree Sanderson back in at quarterback. But before he takes the snap, the Bengals are going to use a timeout. And that's a costly timeout to use if you're the Carolina Bengals, because you need these to stop the clock. And they do stop the clock, but you maybe save a little bit more time on the next play. So with the timeout, and we want to thank our sponsors. We mentioned Gridiron Guys, who's presenting this Coastal Football Alliance showcase tonight. 2A Designs, who is sponsoring tonight's Red Zone trips. We also want to thank True Fit Gyms, our touchdown sponsor, and our replay sponsor, Superior Bakery, as well. for helping to make tonight's broadcast possible. 4:11 to go. Bengals, I believe, down to one timeout left, so if you're Fayetteville, 1 or 2 first downs should be able to finish off this football game. Again, it's Tyree Sanderson in at quarterback. Under center takes the snap, hands it off. Ducks going to go right up the middle, and a big run there by Jatavius McCann, who picks up 7 or 8 on the play and is going to make this a nice 2nd and short. Well, looks more like 9, so 2nd and 1 we'll call it for the Ducks. Bengals aren't going to use the timeout. 3:40 to go. As the Ducks will come out in the same formation. I would be shocked unless it's 3rd and more than 7 if the Ducks do anything but run the football. And they're going to run a big one here. McCann racing out to the 40-yard line. He found a hole in the line and broke out into the secondary. A nice 20 or so yard run from Jatavius McCann. We'll get another look at it here on the Superior Bakery replay. But you see that hole open up on the right side. McCann hits it and takes off. 1st and 10 for the Ducks. Clock running, 2:50 left in this football game. And again, Sanderson is under center. Looks like the Bengals going to load up the box a little bit more here. And you can understand why. That's 2 big runs from McCann. New running back in this time, though. Bouncing out to the far left side is Reginald Patterson. And he's going to pick up a nice chunk of yards on 1st down. And I think the Ducks might be able to let this run down to the 2-minute warning. About a 5 or 6 yard pickup there on 1st down. Will make this a very manageable 2nd. Ducks break the huddle, 2:04, 2:03, 2:02. They're not going to get a playoff, and we have hit the 2-minute warning. 12-0 lead for the Fayetteville Ducks as they have the football looking to bleed out the clock here in the Coastal Football Alliance Showcase presented by Gridiron Guys. So 2 minutes left. 2nd and about 4 for the Fayetteville Ducks. Chris Lehman back with you here on the Gridiron Guys Coastal Football Alliance Showcase. It's been a nice showcase of defense on both sides tonight. Not a lot of scoring. Here's a nice run, though, from Jalen Robinson, who's thrown down after the whistle. Flags coming out everywhere. And credit really to both sides. There's a little bit of jawing going on, but they're not really getting into it at the moment. Now you see some of the sidelines bleeding out onto the field here on the Ducks side. And we'll get another look at it here. Robinson really difficult to bring down, and you see just a little bit late swinging him out of bounds by Tawan Lynn. Worth noting, just as we went to that replay, looking out on the field, you got to give credit to Lynn. He went and found Robinson and made amends a little bit there for the late hit. I don't think it was intentional. I think it was just kind of a continuation of the motion and probably a little bit of frustration. You're down 12-0, and you want to lay a little bit of a hit here late. And he did a little bit too late. So 1:42 to go with the clock stopped. There was a pair of flags that came out initially, which I think were both for the late hit out of bounds. But then there was another one in the middle of the field that I believe is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct for something that was said by a Bengal player. So with the penalties assessed, this is really going to move the Ducks downfield. as the ball will be placed, looks like just inside of the 25-yard line of Carolina. So 1st and 10 here for the Ducks. 1:42 to go. And they're just going to look to ice this one, I think. Tyree Sanderson still in at quarterback. And they get the clock going. Sanderson going to let it dwindle down a little bit more. 1:35 to go. As he takes the snap under center. Handoff up the middle, and again it's McCann who will carry a couple of Bengal tacklers with him inside of the 20-yard line. It'll be about a 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. But I don't expect, unless there's just a gaping hole for one of these backs to go through, I don't see the Ducks really making any attempt at scoring. Down under 70 seconds to run off this clock. Sanderson under center again. He's going to look to throw this time. Over the middle, incomplete, as it was tipped at the line of scrimmage and ended up behind the intended receiver, Ryan Davis. And so the clock stops with a minute to go. 3rd down coming up for the Ducks. They are 2 for 6 today, converting on 3rd down. Neither team has been stellar. Well, it was a good start on 3rd down for the Ducks. They were 2 for 3 on their first 3, but they have not been able to convert on their last 3. This is a manageable 3rd down, about 4 yards to gain. They've got to get just inside of the 15-yard line. Now they got the clock moving, under a minute to go. One more 1st down here for the Ducks, and they can kneel out the rest of the clock. Sanderson trying to direct his wide receivers into the right positioning so they don't end up with a penalty. And now I'll get under center. Sanderson takes the snap, fakes the handoff. They're going to throw here. Man open to the far sideline, and it's caught for the touchdown. A sliding catch made over on the far side, and that'll make it 18-0 with 33 seconds to go. We'll get a look here at the Superior Bakery replay. Pretty well-placed throw by Sanderson. A nice extension. I believe that was Lance Jamison who makes the catch for the touchdown. And you see the backflip there. Didn't quite land it, but a good attempt at it. So a 2-point conversion here with 33 seconds to go. Sanderson under center takes the snap, hands it off, and Xavier Ford will be dropped in the backfield. It will stay 18-0. But this is a heck of a start to the season for the Fayetteville Ducks, as it looks like they will start their season with back-to-back shutouts, outscoring their opponents 44-0. For the Ducks to kick off, and we'll see if Carolina tries to do anything creative and break the shutout here in the last 30 seconds, but offensively just haven't been able to get anything to work. And that's certainly going to be something the Bengals are going to need to look at as they head into the rest of this season. Just 8 points in their first 2 games. And when you look at this one offensively, not great numbers. The Bengals, and again, unofficial count, very well could have missed a couple, but I do have the Bengals at 7 first downs, which is more than the Ducks. But part of that due to the fact that the longer drives by the Ducks usually had some longer plays in them. Archbold, high kick. That'll be caught around the 20 and returned by the Bengals. Right up the middle, across the 30, and that's where he'll run into a traffic jam. About a 12 or 13-yard return for the Bengals, and they'll start just across their own 30-yard line with 21 seconds to play. As I was saying, it's just 7 first downs throughout the course of the game for the Bengals. They went 1 for 9, converting on 3rd down, and finished with 1 turnover. So not the best offensive showing. And certainly, you look at their defense, not too bad of an effort, just giving up 18 points throughout the course of this game. But they're going to need some offensive support. In fact, you look at it, defensively, the Bengals, assuming the score tonight holds, will have given up an average of 15 points in their first 2 games. But their offense total has only been able to put up 8 points. They're going to have to find some offensive support as the season moves along. Ducks going to find themselves in a pretty good situation, though. I think offensively there are some things they're going to want to clean up. They did have a couple of turnovers here in this one that didn't end up hurting them. And really, they seemed a little bit disjointed offensively. They were able to make it work, but it felt like they were much more consistent in their season opener against Eastern Carolina. And the snap way over the head of Brantley. He's going to dive on it at about the 12-yard line. Going to be close to a 20-yard loss, and that's going to finish up this football game. The clock hits 0. Back-to-back shutouts to start the season for the Fayetteville Ducks as they take an 18-0 win over the Carolina Bengals. Before we head out, one more thank you to our sponsors. 2A Designs, your one-stop shop for sports uniforms, leather jackets, and other accessories. You can find them on Facebook. It's the number 2A Designs, where champions have a dress code. True Fit Gyms, join today and get that summer body ready. Locations can be found throughout eastern North Carolina. If you want to get fit, get True Fit. And Superior Bakery, stop in to see them at 2433 Hope Mills Road here in Fayetteville. Life's too short, eat dessert first. Superior Bakery. That's all we've got for you tonight. An 18-0 win for the Fayetteville Ducks. They move to 2-0 on the season. The Carolina Bengals are shutouts. They drop to 0-2. This has been the Gridiron Guys Coastal Football Alliance Football Showcase. Thanks for joining us. Final count, Ducks 18, Bengals nothing.